Rev up your engines! A lot of these, especially 2009, will burn oil. But realize, some of the engines did, and some of the engines didn't. This one was made in Japan, which are the best ones. And as you can see, it is a 2ZRFE engine. And that means, as you can see here, it is a 1.8 liter engine. It's a smaller engine. It's the same engine that my wife's 2007 Matrix has. It still runs like a clock, doesn't burn any oil. Now, if you are looking at one of these, this is what you want. So we're going to change the plugs on this and show you how to analyze what the spark plugs mean, what they look like when you change them. But I can just about guarantee you it's not an oil burner, unless no one ever changes the oil on this thing. So we'll take off the stupid beauty cover, useless things that they are, they're just getting away. We'll pull out the spark plug. So I'll pull out the plug and we'll start checking them, see what they look like. We're going to change them, but the condition of your plug will show you what shape the engine's in. Now here's number one. As you can see, here's the new one, here's the old one. There's not all that much difference. There is no real buildup here. If it was covered with crud, it would mean it's burning oil. This isn't burning oil, which of course to me is no surprise at all. It's the 1.8 liter engine. See how the color's still white here? If the whole thing was super white, it's too lean. If it's dark, it's too rich. It's the right color, and really, there's very little of anything deposited on the electrode, so the engine's in phenomenal shape. They got the spark plugs, so we're going to change them. They are somewhat worn, but it's not an oil burner. Oh, we got one in. Put the coil on back on. Tighten them up later. We'll do another one. Now here's number two. You can see it's exactly the same as number one. Here's the new one. It's got the right color. There's no real deposit. Now you can see a slight little bit of orange on it. You'll always see a little bit of orange. There's additives they put in cars. You can even see on the electric there. You'll often get a little orange color. Additives can burn weird colors, but there's no real buildup, so it's fine. And here's number three. You can see it's the same as the others. Perfectly fine. A little bit of orange. No abatement. No buildup of any kind of burnt oil or anything, so the engine's actually in great shape. We only have one to go. Now here's the last one. You can see it's exactly the same as the others. A little bit of tiny bit of orange from the additives, but no buildup, so the engine's in immaculate shape. Now we're changing the oil. We're using a 020 it's supposed to use. Don't make it heavier or lighter. Use the right oil. These things can run forever. So now we got the oil in. Well, their father wants to get the system checked, so we'll get out the scan tool. So we'll hook it up, turn the key on, and see what's happening here. Diagnostics, XD, North America, 2ZRFE engine, 2009. Now, even though they don't make Scions anymore, they really weren't a failure. It was just more or less a marketing failure. You can see these cloth seats are still in excellent shape. Everything is still pretty good shape. Personally, I could never figure out why Toyota made Scions. Okay, I can understand a company like Chrysler to give a vehicle a different name like Ram because Chryslers are such crap when they get away. But Toyota has an excellent name for quality. Why they decided, oh, let's make Scion. And then years later, well, we won't. We'll still make the cars, but we'll go back to calling them Toyotas. It makes no sense. I guess some fool somewhere thought, we're going to sell them to the young people. And I remember when they started selling them, they would send these things to music stores where they sold things that used to make music. They were called CDs. Most people don't know about them anymore because everything's wireless, right? But they would give free rides to everybody, and they'd either have a cute guy or a cute girl giving the free rides to people to try to get them to buy Scions. But even those kids knew Toyotas were good cars, so it was a dumb idea. Good car, but dumb idea. Now they just call them Toyotas. Okay, you can see most everything's good. Blue, there's a few faults, but things we really don't care about, like the tire pressure monitor. As per usual, you got 4 tires. Each one has a tire pressure monitor with a battery. The batteries go bad. The car's getting old, right? Are you going to change all those and spend $800-900? No. Get a tire pressure gauge and check your tire pressure. An airbag code. We'll see what the airbag code is. Generally, the airbags don't work. They don't work in any of my Toyotas either. See what the trouble codes say. Passenger seat airbag active mode indicator. Well, there's a mouthful for you. Well, the driver's one still works. That's the important one. As long as you got your seatbelt on. The driver now is going to have a tendency of hitting the steering wheel, right? But the passenger with a seatbelt, you won't make it that far. The last one is the ABS system. You never expect these things to last this long anyways. We'll see what the trouble code is. And it is low or high power supply voltage. All right, as they age, if your battery gets weak, then a low power supply, it'll trip a code. Nobody probably ever reset it, so we'll just reset that now. It'll erase it. If it doesn't come back, it's no big deal. We'll check it out now. It's got rid of it. So let's start it up, take it for a little spin. Now it is a racing car. It's got a little hole in the exhaust, but it's still running. For a little road test, no backup camera, so we gotta look back. Now a lot of people complained, oh, the engine's too small, but to me, they're plenty zippy enough. Speedometer goes to 120, and they can get pretty close to that. The one has 180,000 miles on it, doesn't burn any oil. Runs perfectly fine, and yeah, it's an XD, so you're gonna get feel bumps. It's a small wheelbase car. That's just how those things are. They're small wheelbase. You're gonna feel some of the bumps on the road. Still got original struts and everything, and it's still perfectly fine to drive around. Even when it was new, you're gonna feel bumps in this thing. That's how a small vehicle is with a small wheelbase. And now we're coming to our little dangerous intersection here. Finally, there's an opening. Here we go. Engine sounds good, tranny shifts like a dream. Yeah, it's not a race car, but it gets you where you're going. Gets phenomenal high 30s gas mileage on a highway. Burner's perfectly fine. It's a zippy little fun car. And aside from a little exhaust leak, it runs pretty much the same as it did when it came off the factory floor. Now, this is a northern car. Stuff like bare steel on the exhaust will eventually rust. My Matrix still has 100% original exhaust, but it's spent most of its life in Tennessee and in Texas, so it's still pretty shiny. But this is up north, so it needs a little bit of exhaust work if you really want to get rid of that little noise. A smooth idle, the AC still works. But really, it's not that slow. It's a zippy little fun car. It doesn't weigh that much. That 1.8 liter engine is plenty enough to pull it around, and as far as I'm concerned, the 1.8 liter engine is the best engine that Toyota ever made in terms of how long they last. I see them go 400,000 or 500,000 miles. Not burning any oil, still getting good gas mileage. And you'll notice even with 180,000 miles, wheel bearings aren't roaring, they're all in good shape. I mean, it's still a tight little car for driving around. I mean, realize, this thing is just basically a different shaped Matrix that my wife has. It's the same exact engine and everything in it. And yeah, these always fade away. You can either spend a ton of time polishing them and polishing them again, then they fade and polish, or do like I did, get some nice cheap Chinese blackout ones. They were $45 for a pair, and they still look pretty good. I'm sure they don't make Scions anymore, but what's in a name, you know? They're still Toyotas. They're excellent cars. These 1.8s, as long as the oil's changed every once in a while, they keep humming along like this one. It's a better choice. And if you drive one, you'll see they're zippy enough. Now, if you're lucky enough to find one that's got a manual transmission, they're actually quite fast then. But they didn't sell that many of them in the United States, so you'll probably end up with an automatic. But hey, they still work perfectly fine. 180,000 miles and no serious problems whatsoever. And here's some bonus questions and answers. Breaking news, I'm headed to Rhode Island. I've been in Tennessee for 3 months now. Now I'm headed to Rhode Island for another 3.5 months. So, everybody get ready on the East Coast. You want to visit me, you want to show me your problems, see what's wrong with your car. Hey, you just email scottykilmer@gmail.com. Just make sure you put a title like repair car request or anything like that. Help me, Scotty, with my car. I get so many emails, can't read them all. I got to go through the titles and then decide the ones that are important so people want to come and visit me during the weekdays in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, so I can help everybody out there. You might want to show off your car. You might want to on-show off your car. You might have the worst car you ever bought. Bring it. I love showing people that so I can warn everybody out there. Don't buy this car. Look at the problems this guy has. And a lot of people, they love it. This year when I was in Tennessee, guy came all the way from Florida just to show off the crappy car that he had bought because he was mad at the company. So, I will now be there till the middle of July, Portsmouth, Rhode Island. So, ScottyKilmer@gmail.com. You can set up a time. You can meet me. You can vent your frustration or maybe show off something you really like. And especially if you have a brand new car and you either love it or hate it, bring it so I can show everybody what's happening with the brand new car. For example, I just got back from a vacation in New Mexico. It's beautiful up there, right? And I rented a Mazda CX-30. And I have to say, it was a really good car. And you know one of the reasons why? Because it had an actual automatic with 6 real gears, a 6-speed automatic. It was not one of those crappy CVTs. A lot of these companies are realizing Americans don't like CVTs. Even Nissan, a bunch of their cars that used to have CVTs, they're now putting regular automatic transmissions. They're learning. I'm on my way, taking a big road trip. People on the East Coast, get ready. Start setting up your times. And everybody else, hey, I'm still making all these videos to help everybody out. So, hey, got a question? Just email me. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.